Welcome back to another SCP reading, dear researchers. Today we're going to be reading SCP-396. And suddenly, chair. Now without further ado. Level 1/396 classified. Item number SCP-396. Object class Keter. Assigned site was previously Area 93, where the site director was Director J. Callister. The research head is Dr. Kondraki, and the assigned task force is MTF Gamma 5. Red herrings. Special containment procedures. A geolocator has been affixed to SCP-396 to track its movements. If SCP-396 is to displace an individual, they are to be identified, administered amnestics, and returned to their original location. Previously, it was written, when possible, SCP-396 is to be contained within Area 93. Description: SCP-396 is a steel and red plastic chair. At statistically random intervals, usually between 4 and 12 days, SCP-396 will displace itself and switch places with another random separate seat. Any living matter seated on SCP-396 or the chair it is replacing will also change places. The approximate limits of this teleportation are unclear. SCP-396 was discovered on 15/03/2002 when it manifested in Site C's testing zone of Area 93. Due to the unexplained apparition and the presumed simplicity of the anomalous manifestation, the chair was added to the log of anomalous items and contained within storage. 3 days later, SCP-396 displaced itself and a Chesterfield sofa along with a civilian from Busan, South Korea. The affected individual was administered amnestics, returned home, and SCP-396 was assigned a proper designation. 05 Command Notice. Procedure Hot Seat. SCP-396 has breached its containment a total of 58 times since its initial discovery only 1 year ago. This is a terrible amount. And it's even more concerning when the only containment procedure we have is leaving this thing in a room, hoping its next teleportation will not be important to deal with. Containing the anomaly in a single facility has thus been deemed unpractical, both due to its unpredictable nature and rather perplexing apparition. Procedure Hot Seat has been implemented. It has been decided that each time SCP-396 anomalous manifestation occurs, its location will be promptly pinned, and the closest Foundation complex to the anomaly will be instructed to contain it as soon as possible. The facility in charge will be then ordered to, with the help of all abnormal domain departments and divisions present, theorize and test the possible origins of SCP-396's anomalous activity and/or propose new proper containment procedures to subdue its threat to the Veil as much as possible. Failing to report to theory before the next transportation will lead to a cut in the budget of said facility. We want this thing fixed. Do not try to avoid your duty just by containing it without much thought. Do your best. SCP-396's latest transportation occurred within Poland's territory, and so Site-120 has been indirectly chosen to contain the anomaly until its next anomalous activity. This is non-negotiable. Hot Seat Report. Site-120. Proposal. We suspect the anomaly might be caught by thaumaturgical manipulations, possibly by cursing directly the object or ritual circles engraved within the chair's materials. Application approved. Despite research considered intensive by Site-120's staff, no signs of thaumaturgical residue or ritual circles were found. No further tests were applied until the anomaly transported itself 11 days after containment. Result inconclusive. Location: Belle Abiel's Clinic, Brittany, France. Description of event. SCP-396 displaced itself and a dental chair occupied by James Mashiel, located within Abil's clinic. Due to the patient being under sedative, only the doctor in charge was assigned amnestics and the patient's oral operation was finished within Site 120. Michelle was returned home afterwards and the containment of SCP-396 was passed to Site Kibane. Hot Seat Report. Site Kibane. Proposal none. Application. Site Kibane failed to report any theory before the anomaly transported itself again, 4 days later. Staff stated they were unaware of the budget cut penalty of Procedure Hot Seat. Result: none. Location: Gravenhurst, Ontario, Canada. Description of event. SCP-396 anomalous activity activated in the chair was replaced with a 6.5 meter high by 4.8 meter wide Muskoka chair, usually used for tourist attraction at Gravenhurst. Due to the chair's height, the instant transportation destroyed the entire containment room, including a portion of the closest and upper rooms. The Muskoka chair was cut into pieces to remove it out of Site Kibane, and a replica was created and replaced at its original location. SCP-396's containment was passed to Site 37. Hot Seat Report, Site 37. Proposal. We believe in the chair's sentience. Our facility has dealt with a great amount of appliance objects coming to life, and we believe this one to be no different. The logs listed here speak for themselves. The anomaly is taunting us. Among all its transportation recorded over the last year, a great amount of them targets people or popular locations. While it may not speak or laugh, it mocks us and our containment. Application approved. SCP-396 did not react to any self-awareness tests, behavioral observation, and emotional responses. SCP-396 transported itself 6 days after containment. Results inconclusive. Location: Venice, Italy. Description of event. An interview was initiated to test SCP-396's communication ability, which was inconclusive, but the researchers assigned forgetfully did not return the item to its containment room afterwards. During another interview, Dr. Fenton unknowingly sat on the item and was suddenly switched with an empty co-director seat on a movie set in Italy. Fenton pretended to be part of the studio's staff until Foundation agents arrived. The researchers have been disciplined, and SCP-396 was sent to Site Minerva. Hot Seat Report, Site Minerva. Proposal. SCP-396's teleportation ability and the way it chooses the chair it switches with is concomitant with the concept of seating. The action of bending the knees, lowering the body onto a surface designed for sitting, and adjusting posture for comfort and stability is an action impossible for the anatomy and the mind of most life forms on Earth. This idea is inherently an old concept created within the noosphere. And a footnote here. The realm of human thought encompassing dreams, concepts, and ideas. And a very esoteric one at that. We believe this anomaly is a direct result of a concept being transcended into our reality, possibly making this chair, as we call it, a esophysical entity, and we want to check if we can do something about it. Application approved. SCP-396 was connected via a noosphere regulator in order to search for its presence within the noosphere. Memetic scans were initiated and a deity-class entity was summoned to demand if it knew anything about another seating god. No correlation between SCP-396 and the concept of seating was found. SCP-396 left its cell 15 days later. Location: Vatican City-State. Description of event: Pope Paul VI was displaced along with his throne and appeared within Site Minerva, disorientated and confused. Light dosages of amnestics convinced His Holiness that the incident was a religious experience, and the Foundation struck a deal with the Vatican City government officials to prevent widespread coverage of the incident. SCP-396 was sent to Temporal Site 02 afterwards. Hot Seat Report, Temporal Site 02. Result: failed. And a footnote here. An hour before SCP-396 transported itself, an edit to the theory report of the file was added by Dr. Dancia Azopardi, with only the results section filled. After questioning, Dr. Azopardi explained that her future self probably sent the failed results to prevent her from attempting to propose a means of containing the anomaly. Despite this, Azopardi worked on her theory concerning SCP-396. When asked why, she replied, "I don't trust her. Never will." Proposal: I believe SCP-396 is the direct result of a time-traveling failure, possibly initiated by the Foundation. The day of its apparition, the 15th of March 2002, was the date set by a time-traveling device in a far future Area 93. That chair was sent out on our time, perhaps to test the actual device. What resulted is the chair's timeline instability. Because the chair's atom structure shouldn't be in this timeline, it's trying to find its original past version and replace it in order to find stability, displacing objects similar to itself while doing so. Application approved. A portable temporal sink. And a footnote here. Device used to prevent retroactive alterations. Was affixed to SCP-396's seat to entirely block any kind of liaison to another timeline. After 20 days, being the longest recorded time SCP-396 did not transport itself, staff on Temporal Site 02 congratulated Dr. Azopardi for the successful containment of SCP-396. During her celebration speech in the cafeteria, which she insulted her future self for being wrong for once, SCP-396 transported itself again. The object's disappearance was only noticed after. Location: Brazil. Description of event: SCP-396 displaced itself and an unknown stone sculpture. Upon finding SCP-396 with the affixed GPS, it was discovered 15 meters below ground. Following excavation and containment, the entire area was transformed into an archaeology site, where other artifacts and ruins of the culture were found. All findings and SCP-396 were sent to Site PT-20. Hot Seat Report, Site PT-20. Proposal: Look, I am thankful to the anomaly for these new archaeological findings, but we are not a containment facility. Archaeological research, our main thing, isn't going to help solve this anomaly, so this theory is more of a gut feeling than anything else. I know this probably isn't what this page is for, but it's the best I can come up with while avoiding a budget cut. SCP-396 is a challenge for all Foundation facilities and for the staff charged with containing it. The anomaly feeds off our hard work. The more believable the theory is, the more it takes time to teleport. Look at the Azopardi's theory. Everyone thought she finally made it, and it's exactly because that theory is so believable that it took so long to transport itself. That chair judges our ability to research and contain around itself, leaving for another site after a certain time, depending on how well we did our job. Noospheric manifestation, reality-bending manipulation, some kind of GOI attack against us. I really have no idea what would explain it in parascientific terms. But this is what I got. Now, the only problem is that there is no real way to test this theory of mine. The only way I could think of would be to leave it in its cell, without anything else. No joke. If I'm correct, and this is a big if, SCP-396 would wait even longer than last time to transport itself, because the theory is believable and the closest thing to the truth. If I'm wrong, well, I tried. Application approved. SCP-396 is left alone in its containment cell without any interaction permitted. At the time of writing, 3 weeks after initial containment, the anomaly is yet to transport itself. Results pending. There's a good chance he got it. Sometimes the simplest and yet strangest explanations are the best ones. But this is all the time we have for today, dear researchers. My apologies about things being a little bit bumpy this week. I am going to be moving in 2 days. I just checked my watch. That's not a calendar, but yes, 2 days. So, I don't have a watch. Why did I look at my wrist? Anyway, thank you very much for coming, dear researchers. It has been an honor reading for you. Good luck out there, and I hope to see you all next time.